What's up, dudes and dudettes? All you awesome people! Welcome to the Geeky Heathen channel. I am Glenn, aka the Geeky Heathen, here with my spoiler-free movie review for the latest to hit the big screen from the DC universe, Aquaman, in the words of Aquaman himself. Alright! So, Aquaman, directed by James Wan, starring the man himself, Jason Momoa as Arthur Curry, aka Aquaman. You had Amber Heard playing Mira, William Dafoe playing Vulko, then you had Patrick Wilson as King Orm, you had Arthur Curry's father, Tom Curry, was played by Tamura Morrison, maybe correct, don't know how to pronounce that, might be wrong, forgive me if I am. You had Dolph Lundgren as King Nereus, you had Manta. Those of you who know Aquaman know who Manta is. So Black Manta was in this movie, and he was played by, and I don't know how to pronounce this, Yahya, is it Yahya? Oh, it might be. Yahya Abdul Mateen II, or second, played Manta. Now, going into this movie, let me just tell you, my expectations, they're actually pretty low. I am a huge fan of the DC. I love DC. Absolutely love it. I have DC everything. The comics themselves are brilliant. The heroes are brilliant. The villains are brilliant. The characters are amazing. Their venture onto the big screen. It hasn't been great, to be fair. There has been some really good movies, and I have enjoyed quite a few of the movies, but they just haven't quite been up there. They've been down here. A lot of the CGI lets them down, the storylines, directing, but my expectations were fairly mediocre to medium going into Aquaman. The reality? Alright! I absolutely loved this movie. This is easily, by far, my favourite DC movie to hit the big screen as of now. I absolutely love this movie. I was really worried going into it because of Justice League, thinking, oh, the CGI is going to be bad. They're going to have big, massive CGI battles, and it's going to be a big blur. There was big CGI battles under the sea at the end, but it wasn't a blur. You could see everything. It looked alright. Underwater made it look amazing. I was really impressed with the CGI, and I was really impressed with this movie. Absolutely blew me away. If you're after a good superhero movie, it's a superhero origin movie is what it is. If you're after a good superhero movie, if you're after a good action movie, this is a good movie to go and see. Definitely an amazing popcorn flick, and I think it is one that I will rewatch over and over because I really enjoyed it. And like I said, it's my favourite DC one to date. I absolutely loved it. I might go back and revisit it, watch it a few times throughout the year, then go back and decide after a couple of years whether it's still my favourite. We'll see. But I would quite happily say right now that is my favourite movie in the DC universe so far. So the plot line, as you see, I'll give you the plot summary. Plot summary is Arthur Curry, aka Aquaman, living on the land, and he gets a request from Atlantis to go and help them because his brother, his half-brother, wants to take over the whole of under the sea. Wants to take over, there's lots of different factions. He wants to take over and unite all the sea in a war. He wants to bring a war and destroy humanity, or the surface dwellers, as I suppose they would call them. I'm not even sure what they call them. Air breathers, surface dwellers, I'm not sure. But he just wants to wipe them out. He's not happy with the filth and the destruction that humanity has been throwing into the oceans, and he doesn't like humanity, and he wants to just destroy humanity, and he wants to rise up and rule the world again, and he wants to put himself as the ocean master is the words that they use. See, become the ocean master. So it's a superhero origin movie. It's set after Justice League, so Aquaman has already established himself as a superhero. This is now his origin story, his finding of himself story, and I absolutely loved it. It was an amazing story. They had some good laughs in there, and all the jokes from the trailers weren't all the jokes in the movie. There was a few more jokes in there, and it was a good laugh. Very, very action packed. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and let's talk about some of the craziness because, let's talk about some of the craziness because we've all seen the trailers before we went to this movie. I hope people have seen the trailers. If you haven't, this is probably a little bit of a spoiler for you. But from the trailers, battle armoured sharks and giant seahorses. I never thought in my life that a seahorse would look cool. I want a giant seahorse. I want to ride a giant seahorse. So big armoured seahorses and armoured sharks being ridden into battle. That in itself sounds crazy. Then if I was to tell you that there's an octopus in there having a drum solo, it just doesn't sound crazy because that's like the minuscule amount of the craziness. You have the Trench, which is an underground faction, one of the factions that King Orm wants to unite to destroy that world. You have the Trench, and the Trench, as you don't know the comics, they are some scary sea creatures. They have devolved and they come from the deep dark sea, and all scaly and claws and sharp toothed and very, very fast. Very, very scary. Yeah, the Trench. And talking about the factions, you had the Fishermen. So the Fishermen are like mermen, but they've kind of evolved to be more fish-like. So that, and they seem quite cute, if anything. They're very cute sea creatures. That's what they are. You have obviously have the Atlanteans themselves, who are evolved from humans as well, and they're very human-like they are in form. And you have the Brine, these crustacean type humanoids. So they're all like crabmen. They looked amazing. There wasn't enough of them in this movie for me. I wanted to see more of them. I did. They were absolutely amazing. And I also want to talk about who I think should have been the main villain, but he wasn't, because this movie is an origin movie, and it was about Aquaman coming into his power, becoming the superhero that we all know he should be, and he is. Black Manta. Now, I heard a few comments throughout the screening that Black Manta looked like a villain from Power Rangers. It's quite funny because it's quite accurate with the big head and the eyes. He does look like a super villain from Power Rangers, but I really liked him, and I know that Black Manta is the arch nemesis and the big super villain of Aquaman. So this is kind of like a setup. This movie had a setup of him, it did as well, and he wasn't in it very much. He was almost like, if anything, I'd say he was almost pushed aside a bit too soon, but it's probably because they wanted to set it up ready for ongoing movies, set it up as the arch nemesis, and they also wanted to concentrate on the main storyline, which was about Aquaman protecting or trying to unite both worlds while stopping his half-brother from uniting the underworld to destroy the upworld. Underworld, upworld, above world, land dwellers, sea dwellers. I don't really know the technical term of it, but my overall scoring for this is I absolutely love this movie. As I say, it's definitely my favourite DC universe so far, and if I was to score this out of 10, I really can't find any faults of it at all, and I'm reluctant to score it very high. I think, am I reacting too soon? I've only seen this movie once. I'm going to see it a few more times, but I'm going to stick with my initial gut feeling, and I think there's a few bits I think I would like to see slightly different, because I can't fault it for the storyline. I did like the storyline. I did like everything about it. I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10. I can't give it anything less. I think because my expectations were so low for most DC movies, that my gut instinct is to score this less than it should do. But I'm going to give this 10 out of 10. I absolutely love this movie more than any DC movie I have seen. And I know a lot of people will disagree with me. So comment down below and let me know, what is your favourite DC movie once you've seen this movie. Tell me what is your favourite DC movie before you've seen this movie, and what is your favourite DC movie after you've seen this movie? And do you agree or disagree with my thoughts on this movie? Let me know. I want to know. Now, if you're new here and you want to see more geeky videos or general unboxings, anything geeky by me, why not subscribe down below, and whilst you're there, smash that bell icon so you can be notified each and every time I upload. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave me a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy this video, feel free to leave me a thumbs down. But I'm Geeky Heathen. Until next time, dudes. Take care.